Coming up on the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
We talk with women's tennis players and coaches to look at Elon's most successful season since joining Division I.
We see what it takes to begin a varsity sport with head women's lacrosse coach Josh Hexter.
And we reflect with Coach Matheny on his 4 years as Elon's men's basketball coach.
All that and more next on the Elon Phoenix Weekly. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Kimberly Wisniewski.
And I'm Joe Durienzo. Thanks for joining us on your ESPN2 local sports break. Since head coach Elizabeth Anderson arrived at Elon in 2004, the women's tennis team has had tremendous success as they have now had 7 consecutive winning seasons.
This year has been particularly successful as Coach Anderson has had an experienced nucleus of juniors and seniors. This team's combined skill and savvy led to Elon's first national ranking by the Intercollegiate Tennis Association.
Success doesn't come easy in college sports. It takes time before a team can play at a high level, but the time has come for the Elon women's tennis team. After a tough loss to 8th-ranked UNC to start the season, the Phoenix won 11 straight matches. The streak led to the program's first ever national ranking, as the Intercollegiate Tennis Association poll put the Phoenix at number 59.
You strive for it as a tennis player, as a collegiate athlete, and knowing that all of our hard work and, team chemistry and effort came together to place ourselves in that position, it's a great honor. I couldn't have asked for a better group of girls. We've really worked hard, in this off season in the past few years that I've been here to get this ranking, and it's been fun as well.
With a core group of juniors, Coach Anderson's team has improved in each of the last 3 seasons. Their experience over time has taught them valuable lessons about how to succeed as a team.
I think a lot of it is due to the commitment from the players. They kept getting better each year, and so I think that the girls have learned a lot each year, and the freshmen and sophomores have picked up really quickly on what it takes to be a good team.
We're a team that's been with each other for more than 2 years now, and I think that does a lot because we all know each other, we know what we're capable of. It's important to have routine and knowing your teammates, they have your back. Even if you have a bad day, someone else is going to step up.
We know what it takes when matches get tight, or we're down in a situation, or we're even up in a situation. And that has come with time and repetition. And we've been able to see what it's like to lose and to win. And now we know in the tough situations what we need to put out there in order to win.
Building teamwork and chemistry requires teammate relationships off the court as well. And not only has this group coalesced as a team of athletes, but also as a team of close friends.
On the court and off the court especially, we are each other's best friends. We're always there for each other. When the times are tough, we really come together and we rise to the occasion together.
I've never seen a team come together so much. We're all very close on and off the court, and against Charleston, everyone stepped up at the same time. There's no way that Charleston was going to beat us that day, I can tell you that.
With all of the praise and success, however, comes more pressure than before. The team understands that, and they are ready to take on the challenge.
Obviously, everyone goes out there and try to win their matches, but we feel like we have so much depth in our team right now that we can kind of rely on each other, that everyone's going to get the job done, and that's why we've been so successful this year.
With all of the success that we've had, the other teams just look at us and see it as an opportunity that they can do the same thing. So at the end of the day, we know that we have work to do, and it's just another day.
It just motivates, I think, even more because we're hungry to just keep doing better and to reach our ultimate goal this year of winning the conference. The national ranking was a huge honor and was one of our goals this year, but our biggest goal is still ahead of us, and we're really excited about working hard towards that.
Even with tough competition in the way, all of the achievements so far have the Phoenix believing that they've finally got what it takes to capture the elusive SoCon tournament title.
We're very, very excited. A lot of the girls' families are coming from all over the world, and so we're just thrilled to be able to have this opportunity.
I think it's going to work in our advantage to be playing at home. We have the support of Burlington locals to Elon's students and faculty and staff, and that's a huge help for us in this tournament because it's going to be tough, but this is the year to do it, and we've been able to put ourselves in a position to get a good seed, to get a good draw, and we know what it takes to win. We have the ability, the talent, the mindset. Now we just have to come out here and perform in front of everyone at Elon.
Along with their spot in the rankings, the women's tennis team won 19 matches this season, the most ever by the Phoenix since beginning Division I competition. Come enjoy Southern Conference tournament action today at the Jimmy Powell Tennis Center as semifinals begin this morning at 10 a.m. for women and continue at 2 p.m. for men.
As Elon's men's and women's tennis teams try to fulfill their goal of conference championships, one sport is spending this spring laying the foundation for future success. Elon's newest sport, women's lacrosse, is busy working with 4 former club players whose leadership will be essential with an incredibly youthful team in their first season.
Piecing together a new team is not an easy task for any coach, and that is especially true for Elon's newest Division I program, women's lacrosse.
Though the team does not face competition until next spring, head coach Josh Hexter began building his team last year, starting with open tryouts and recruiting. 4 Elon Club women's lacrosse players, including 2 former captains, are making the jump to Division I to help begin the new program.
We felt like they are potentially, these Division I caliber athletes who have the drive, the passion, and the work ethic that we're looking for.
The transition's been nice just because we go from club, which is a little more lenient, it's kind of show up to practice when you want to, and we don't have coaches, to a more structured format.
I love these 4 girls. I think the biggest thing is their attitude, and they're working really hard. They're loving it. They're not shocked by the commitment. They really want to get better. They are going to be such great leaders for us.
And leadership is going to be important next year for 23 reasons.
We have 23 freshmen coming in next year. It's going to be really important that we have these upperclassmen who can say, this is how it's done.
The newcomers are going to be looking to us as kind of like a direction towards what we want to be and how the coaches work, how the practices are going to work, which is what the coaches now are trying to teach us, is get our fundamentals down so next year we can kind of be the role models for the younger girls.
I think a group of freshmen, a lot of people are saying, wow, that's super young to have 23 freshmen. I see it as such a great opportunity. These girls are fresh out of high school. It's a fresh new program. I honestly think that they could do a lot of great things in the first year.
But success may not come automatically. The team will compete in the Atlantic Sun Conference, which is composed of a few new programs like Elon's, but also some more established ones. These coaches are hoping that some of their experiences and values can help their team become better.
These girls need to realize, any D1 program worth their salt is going to be going very hard. They have to love this sport, and that's the biggest thing I can bring. And if they do, this will be experience of a lifetime.
Really, the bottom line is whoever we play, it doesn't matter. Nameless, faceless, they're just other people we're going to play against to help us get better.
The coaches say they have already seen improvement from the 4 upperclassmen. And once the new players arrive, it will be all about achieving the goals set for the season and beyond.
Baby steps, we're going to be setting very manageable goals. And once they start attaining them goal by goal, I think they'll have so much confidence. And they'll see that, we're a program that could be very, very big in a short amount of time.
Our coach always says, think championships. Even from this moment, I think that's what we're really aiming for. It might take a couple years, definitely, because starting a new program is no small feat, but I think we can really get there in time.
If you know any girls interested in playing lacrosse, Coach Hexter will be hosting 2 summer camps this year. Check out elonphoenix.com for more information.
Junior baseball player Ryan Kinsella has put up monstrous numbers early this season, already smashing over a dozen home runs and finding himself in the top 10 of all college baseball in RBIs. And that brings us to today's trivia. What is the Elon baseball single-season record for runs batted in? The answer to that coming up later.
We have to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, head football coach Jason Swepson lays out his goals for spring football practice.
And later, we walk down memory lane with the Southern Conference Men's Basketball Coach of the Year, Matt Matheny.
As we go to break, take a look at the upcoming baseball schedule.
We'll be right back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
There are currently over 350 Elon student athletes competing in 16 NCAA Division I sports.
Scholarships enable us to succeed not only on the field,
but also in the classroom.
It helps us in achieving our commitment.
To live the maroon life.
Your gifts have the power to take Phoenix Athletics to even greater heights while giving student athletes an outstanding education. You're watching the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
The Elon Phoenix Weekly is made possible by the students of the School of Communications in association with the dedicated coaches, athletes, and staff of Elon Athletics.
Team success is measured in the championships they win, but in order to find that success, preparation starts months before competition begins. Though planning and training for the 2013 football season began as soon as last year ended, April marks the first time the team gets to throw on the pads as the Phoenix begins spring football practice.
Every year, Rhodes Stadium is stripped down to what it is at its bare bones, a football field. And every year, this field is repainted, prepped, and prepared to once again become home of the Elon Phoenix football team. And when everything is said and done, at the end of every game, the Phoenix hope to be celebrating victory after victory on this field. But none of that can happen, the wins, the fans, or the field prep, before spring practice.
Ready to You know, we're going into year 3 as a staff. Some of our young players are now becoming old players. We had such a long, difficult winter in the weight room and in the conditioning aspects of football, and I think the kids are just excited to put the helmet on and run some plays and play the game that they love. And this past Saturday was our first full padded practice, and we had a lot of energy. Obviously we're looking for a quarterback, we're looking for an outside wide receiver, and we got to replace some offensive line. So, right now we're young on offense. We got to find some leadership. On defense, we only lose 2 starters from last year's top 22 on defense. So our defense is old and salty and veteran that it's got to pay off in the fall for us.
While the defensive players may be a salty veteran group, Coach Swepson is eager to see what newly hired defensive coordinator Brad Sherrod can bring to the group this spring.
Coach Sherrod, he played at Duke. He's a smart man. He's been coaching for a long time. He was at Delaware the last couple of years, and that's a very successful program up there in Delaware. So he's bringing some simplicity to our defense, and I think it's going to help us just because we're going to let our kids really fly around and play the game. We're going to try to take the thinking out of it and let them react and strike and play fast.
During the time that Coach Sherrod will be implementing his new defense, Coach Swepson will be taking his time trying to determine who will be the starting quarterback for the Phoenix next season.
On Saturdays, usually all eyes are on the quarterback position. So we just got to make sure, we got 3 kids right now battling for the position with Quinny, Trevor, and Lockery. All 3 got some talent. All 3 got ability. Obviously, you can't play 3 at that position. So that battle is going to probably go on until, probably 10 days before our opening game. So they got, 13 more, or 12 more practices here in the spring. They got all summer, and then we're going to have, 29 practices in preseason camp to determine who our starting quarterback will be.
Coach Swepson and the Phoenix have work to do as they try to find a quarterback, learn a new defense, and develop the youth of the team, but that's why they have spring practice.
Anytime you got a young football team, especially on offense, it's our job as coaches to put them in position to be successful. And right now we're figuring out what we can and cannot do as an offense, and that's what spring ball is all about.
Want to watch Phoenix football this spring? Take a look at the upcoming Elon football scrimmage schedule. You can come out to Road Stadium today at 1, next Saturday at the same time, or Friday, May 3rd for Elon's spring football game.
And that brings us to today's history.
On this day in Elon sports history, we look back at the Elon track and field team during the 1960s. Although Elon never finished better than 3rd in conference meets, the Fighting Christians had large amounts of individual success. One of the most outstanding Christians was Roland Millard, who became the first conference runner in history to break 10 minutes in the 2-mile run. Other exceptional student athletes included Don Cruz, who set records in the 220-yard dash, and his teammate Ralph Moore, who proved to be a discus standout in 1968. Rex Davis also became a household name as he set records in the pole vault. And that's this day in Elon sports history.
We have to take another break, but don't go anywhere because when we return, we will follow the path of Coach Matt Matheny, from graduate assistant at Davidson to the best coach in the SoCon.
As we go to break, check out more Elon sporting events coming up this week.
You're watching the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
Through their daily pursuit of excellence, Elon student athletes have gained recognition for their achievements both on and off the field.
Building a winning tradition takes hard work and dedication.
Dedication to the maroon life.
Where success is not only measured by just wins and trophies, but also by the knowledge we gain.
At Elon, we're more than just athletes.
We're student athletes.
Providing support enables success, helps sustain the winning tradition of Elon Athletics, while securing the future of our student athletes for years to come. And now back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Earlier in the show, we asked, what is the Elon baseball single season record for runs batted in? The answer, 82, done twice. First by Bennett Davis in 2008 and by Chase Austin in 2009. Both years the team won the Southern Conference regular season title and earned berths to the NCAA regionals.
Though having talented players can lead to great seasons, great coaching will culminate in continuous growth and sustained success. After 4 years at Elon, head men's basketball coach Matt Matheny has improved the Phoenix year after year, breaking the coveted 20-win mark this season and earning the title of Southern Conference Coach of the Year.
Matt Matheny was hired as Elon's men's basketball coach in 2009. Accepting the job meant that he had to rebuild a program that had just 12 wins the year before, and that's exactly what he's done. After winning 21 games en route to the Southern Conference North Division title this season, Matheny was named the conference's Coach of the Year by the media.
Very, very successful season for your team. How do you feel about being Coach of the Year in the conference?
It's not something that I've thought a lot about beforehand or really after. It's an honor. But what I get more excited about is the success that we had this year, and how far we've come and how far the players have brought this program over the last 4 years.
It's certainly it's a great honor for the whole program. I think from every coach on down to every player, it's just a great feeling to know that we all contributed to helping him be the coach of the year, and just the progress we've made in the 4 years since we've gotten here. I know he's proud of it, and we are too. But at the same time, we're going to remain very hungry to continue to get better.
Coach Matheny has been on the bench for over 2 decades. However, if it weren't for the great Davidson coach Bob McKillop, Matheny would have been on the gridiron, coaching football instead.
I had made the decision when I graduated from Davidson in '93 that I was going to be a football coach. And I always loved basketball, and I was fortunate enough to get a job offer in the summer before I was going to become the assistant football coach from Coach McKillop to be one of his assistants. And it didn't take me long to jump at that opportunity. The first 3 years I was a volunteer assistant. I didn't get paid a dime. And then I got more and more responsibility. I was at Davidson for 16 years. I came back in 2008 after the Elite Eight run. The Elon job came open. I wasn't looking for a job, and it happened to work out. Once I found out what the vision was here in the Elon program, I knew there was a chance to do something special here.
Family definitely plays a role in moving and
everything.
everything.
The great thing for me is that my in-laws live in Charlotte. My father's an hour and 15 minutes away. My mother is an hour and a half away. Now they get to see my son and my daughter grow up. Family makes a big, big difference for us.
As an assistant coach, he was always great with his family. Now that we're here at Elon, the nice thing about Coach is that he hasn't really changed. Being a head coach hasn't changed who he really is. So it's just a great feeling and a great honor to work here for him.
Chemistry in basketball requires more than just teamwork on the court, and that's what makes Coach Matheny unique. His charismatic personality and strong character paved the way for the leadership he has as a head coach.
From day one of meeting him, I've tried to be like a sponge and just soak everything up. But Coach Matheny is terrific off the floor in terms of managing the program, doing a lot of the little things that maybe people don't realize go on a day-to-day basis. And so I've really tried to pay attention as carefully as I can to what he's doing. Something that I think Coach Matheny brings to the table is that just his genuineness. I think his ability to connect with our players. She was always very helpful to the other assistant coaches at Davidson. And, even though the program is building and there's some excitement around it, I don't think he's lost touch with kind of being tapped into each and every guy one-on-one, which I think is pretty special.
4 years now, so you've kind of gone through your own little college term as a coach here at Elon. What do you think, in your opinion, is one of the biggest steps to building a program?
In the first year, I remember talking to my father after a difficult loss, and I said to him, are you sure we can do this? I said that question to him, and he said, if you don't believe, then how can you get them to believe? And he's right. So I'm in.
Coach Matheny viewed this season as a turning point in the program, and having a filled alumni gym to play in truly motivated his team. If you look back at this season, obviously hoping to have a lot more success in the future, but if you were to think of one thing that reminded you of this season, what would it be?
The marriage between our players and the fans. The crowd was sensational. And it's because the players that are here and how hard they play and how they play together and how they enjoy playing. And I think that's infectious. And I think that spread throughout the student body and throughout the community. And what we had dreamed about hanging from the rafters came true, at least at the end of this year. And as I look back to this year, I'll remember that.
Well, that's our show for today. If you missed anything or you want to watch it again, be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Also, be sure to visit elonphoenix.com, your #1 source for all the maroon and gold buzz.
On behalf of our producers and crew here at the show, we hope you continue to have a spectacular weekend.
For the Elon Phoenix Weekly, I'm Kimberly Wisniewski.
And I'm Joe DiRienzo. Thanks for watching.